Okay, quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. No cuts, no edits, no filters, and no hair. So today's video is a very quick one about the rise of unemployment, and I firmly believe that this is a new crisis. So unemployment is quietly rising. No one's talking about it. If you stick around, I'm going to show you why it's not just a blip, why it's actually a brewing storm. So despite government spin, the UK is facing a serious job crisis, especially for young people and also for older workers. The numbers don't lie. So basically, by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how job security is absolutely vanishing, why the safety nets have been pulled, and how to prepare for this basically a shifting work landscape, I guess you'd call it. So unemployment rates are creeping up. The official rate is just less than 4.5%. That was early this year from the Office of National Statistics. But underemployment and hidden joblessness make the real figure much higher, nearer 7%. Youth unemployment close to 12%. Basically young people, defined as 16 to 24-year-olds, are now out of work. So that's just over 1 in 10 are out of work. There are sector-specific cuts, industries like tech, like retail, public sector, hospitality. There are redundancies across the board, and these are rising. Now, part of this hasn't been helped by the government's initiative, or should I say the initiative brought in by Rachel from Accounts, whereby employers were basically now stung with extra costs for having staff. They're stung with higher national insurance levies, also lower thresholds where those kick in, and they're basically paying more taxes. So it's not economically viable for many employers, especially industries like hospitality and retail, to have as many staff. Many people working in those sectors literally had a choice. You either take reduced hours or you take no job. So it's not a good situation. And there hasn't been any coverage on the media about this. We have obviously been distracted by the goings on over at Calais, over at Dover, and so on. You've got AI and automation, so jobs in customer services, jobs in logistics, jobs in IT and tech, jobs in transport, PAs, things like that. They are rapidly shrinking. And I firmly predict, and you can hold me to this, that by the end of this year, there are going to be massive cuts, certainly in the web design, SEO, content creation, marketing, all of these avenues that were considered the dark arts of the internet that businesses used to willingly pay for. There are going to be companies that are now losing customers hand over fist. And it's not just because the customers can get this service cheaper elsewhere. It's because now you don't need to be a marketing genius to do good marketing. You can simply use AI. And it'll be about 80% is good, but that 80% for a tenth of the cost is a massive pull. It's a massive eye-opener. There are going to be loads of businesses jumping on the AI bandwagon and simply doing it for themselves. Another thing is obviously universal credit sanctions. They are tightening the criteria that dictate if people get sanctioned, which seems ridiculous. It's already a minefield. Support is always harder to access when you're unemployed. So quite why they've made it even more difficult, even more inaccessible, is beyond me, but they have. There is the growing gig economy. Low-paid, unstable work seems to be filling the gaps, and it's not the answer. We already lost, back through the 70s, we lost our mining. Back through the 80s, we lost our steel industries and our pottery and stuff like that. Through the 90s, you know, we lost a lot of everything, basically. What we gained in its place was marketing companies and things like call centres. They expanded through the 90s. And then obviously through the noughties, they then diminished because it was cheaper just to outsource it to places like India, Pakistan, places like Bangladesh, just literally to have foreign call centres that are run using the same scripts just for a fraction of the cost. And this has basically led to multiple industries disappearing from the UK. We don't really have manufacturing as we used to. We don't have oil, gas like we used to. We're not really at the spear tip of any kind of production. And you look at companies that were the third world at one point, certainly. In fact, they were British owned at one point until we gave it all back. But these countries are now thriving, and it's no coincidence that we give them their countries back, and now they're doing well. You look at countries like India, like China, and they're arguably the two largest in terms of population countries in the world. I think 1.3 and 1.2 billion people. And yeah, you know, India, basically anything to do with fabric, to do with textile, also some vehicle manufacture is done in India. You look at China, anything to do with electronics, anything with a plug on it, anything with a circuit board, and also vehicle manufacture, now done in China. It's no coincidence. The UK's industry is basically on its arse. What do we have? I mean, we can still make fudge. We've, for now, got a fishing industry until that's depleted. We don't really have anything that's en masse made in the UK, apart from mistakes by our government. But I guess that's another video for another day. So how do we get around this? Well, we need to future-proof ourselves, and we need to do it ASAP. We need to do this also as individuals. We can't wait for our employers to jump on the bandwagon 3 years too late and suddenly discover AI once it's been around for 5 years. We can't wait for initiatives to be rolled out by the government or by local councils to educate people in the art of AI and everything else. You need to do it yourself. So focus on digital skills. Most of us have got a mobile phone. I'll wager that most of us have got either a laptop or a tablet. Use free AI programs. Get used to things like ChatGPT, like Perplexity.ai. Those are probably the two leaders, in my view, in terms of AI upskilling. Learn how they work. Learn how to engineer prompts. It doesn't take much. There are YouTube videos on it. The process is pretty intuitive. It will help you. You would be amazed what you can accomplish. You might want to start looking for work in sectors that maybe AI can't easily replace. Sectors like the trades, like care work, like, dare I say it, hands-on creative work. If not, you just need to embrace AI and jump into industries where it will eventually take over. So learn to be a prompt engineer and then jump into the digital marketing industry, where although jobs will be lost for the people that don't upskill themselves, those that are knowledgeable in AI, those that are the ringmasters, if you like, of an AI platform and that know how to use it, that know how to really extract the best information from something like ChatGPT, from something like Perplexity, those people are going to be secure in their jobs. There will be jobs created, jobs that we don't know about right now, jobs that don't exist right now. There will be jobs created by the advent of AI. So that is some small glimmer of hope. But if you're not already with one foot on the ladder in terms of learning, in terms of knowledge, in terms of capability with these platforms, it might be too little too late. So look, let's not let the rise in unemployment be a foreshadowing. Let's not let this happen to us. Let's do better, let's be better, let's skill up, and let's eventually have more. So what are your thoughts on this? How has any of this affected yourself? Maybe you're completely secure and none of it has. Either way, I'd be interested to find out. So YouTube's going to put another video probably about there. It thinks you'll like it. It's probably right. Yeah, like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell. Goldman, peace out.